everyone, it's Catchy, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, please do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so I know to keep making content like this. So I want to start out by saying how overwhelmed I am by the response from the first Are LPs Over video. I honestly feel so blessed that so many of you enjoyed that video. I am so glad that it is currently the most viewed video on my channel because LPs just have my heart, you guys. So having an impassioned discussion about what happened to LPs and how we can maybe bring them back in 2021 is something I'm super passionate about and certainly want to keep talking about to try and inject some life back into the Sims 4 LP verse. So where we left the discussion off is that there is certainly still an audience of people who still want to watch Let's Plays and still do. And I think the issue that many Sims tubers run into is that unless you're a big name, a lot of viewers just aren't checking for your Sims 4 LPs. The discoverability is low when it comes to starting a Sims channel that focuses primarily on Let's Plays, and a good chunk of the audience that's interested in watching Let's Plays has become very brand loyal to the bigger names that still do Sims 4 content. I do want to break down why I think that is, and unfortunately it has a lot to do with the state of Sims 4. Just to preface, this is not a Sims 4 hate video. I love to play The Sims 4, and I'm apparently in the minority of people who can play The Sims 4 for hours without getting bored. But there is no getting around the fact that The Sims 4 requires a lot more work to have fun with than its predecessors. The townies in the game have backstories, but they don't have relationships and personalities that play into these backstories, and breathe life into what it means to play with these households. There are a lot of gameplay elements that many took for granted in Sims 2 and Sims 3, such as your Sims just doing things on their own that throw a wrench or a whole new dynamic into what their families look like. And the Sims 4 Sims unfortunately don't have a whole lot of that. Unless you play with a good chunk of mods, your Sims won't do a lot of story related things on their own without you forcing it to happen. And sometimes this is even still true with a lot of mods installed. This has resulted in a lot of people becoming bored with the game, and if you're bored playing it, you're going to be bored watching it as well. Why would someone want to watch gameplay on a game they don't find fun to play? And that's a dilemma a lot of Let's Players find in the Sims space, that people write off their gameplay videos because they have the preconceived notion that it's just going to be more boring gameplay that they don't want to watch. But here's the thing. Sims 4 Let's Plays, good Sims 4 Let's Plays, are not just people playing the game. Sims 4 Let's Players are probably the most creative Sims Let's Players there are because they've had to adapt how they LP based on a game that's placing limitations on how they can organically storytell. And the result is that some of the best Sims 4 Let's Plays are good because the Simmers who made them are mad talented and creative storytellers who've used their talent to make a stagnant game still fun to watch as an LP. Great Sims 4 LPers don't just sit in front of a camera and record their gameplay. They think about what would make an interesting story. They plan out what's going to be the highlight of each episode, and then once they have all the groundwork figured out, they hop in game and record those scenes. Everything's curated and then edited afterwards so that the viewer comes away with an experience that leaves them hungry for another episode. Not just for someone playing a game, but of someone telling them a story that they want to know the ending of. That's what makes Sims 4 LPs great. That's what I love about beautifully crafted LPs filmed with that attention to detail and love of storytelling. And that's what I hope anyone looking to get into Sims 4 Let's Plays aims to create. LPs aren't over, but they have evolved. But the only way to get people to understand that and give LPs a chance again is to up our games. My advice to anyone out there who's interested in starting a Sims channel today doing purely LPs is to think about a story you want to tell and the characters you want to make to bring this story to life. Grab a pen, open your laptop, write it out like an outline, and then after you've figured out an interesting story you hope to hook people with, and you've conceptualized the characters, hop into Create a Sim, make your characters, build them a house, and then slowly put the pieces together so you can film your story. It won't be easy. Making an interesting LP is a learning experience, but continue to work on your craft and maybe watch some other great simmers who make LPs for inspiration. I linked some great ones in my last Are LPs Over video, so maybe give those ones a look. But for anyone watching, I do hope this has helped you rethink how you can make your Sims 4 LPs pop off in 2021. But the discussion isn't over. I want to keep digging here, so in the next video, I want to really focus in on what kinds of Sims 4 LPs are still bringing in a healthy amount of views in 2021, and why. So hope you'll be back for the next video. If you stayed to the very end of this video, I so thank you for listening to my thoughts. I appreciate you. Maybe perhaps consider subscribing if you want to hear more of this discussion, and also hit that bell so you get notified when that video drops. And if this video was something you enjoyed, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. But until next time guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay dazzled. I will see you in the next one. Bye.